Hey guys, welcome back. So, I am so happy, you guys, to see. I just learned that a day ago, Dr. Umar Johnson posted on his Instagram page some really great news, you guys. He posted actually several memes of pictures showing that he actually has the keys to the FDMG Academy. Like, it's official, you guys. He has an official day that he's going to announce the location and the opening day for the FDMG Academy. Like, I'm like, yes, it's just a huge relief because, of course, it's been a long time coming. Y'all know, a long time coming since he had this vision. And it first began with the fundraiser back in 2014, and we're in 2018, and he's had to endure so much hate and criticism because people are second guessing his intentions as if he's trying to do something else with the money when no, he has a passion to open this school. And so it's just so good, you guys, to see and to hear that finally, he has found a location for the FDMG Academy. He's going to announce it on New Year's Day. Like, how sweet is that? January 1st, you guys. Now, before I talk about the good news, I kind of want to talk about the bad news. And it is some bad news, unfortunately, you guys. That they shut down his Facebook page, you guys. Like, how fucked up is that? Recently, they shut down his Facebook page. I am like, what in the world? Hold on, guys. Yes, y'all, as I was saying, like, unfortunately, Facebook has shut down his page. I don't know if it's completely shut down though, because that's the thing. It happened before where they disabled his ability to go live, and then he got it back. So recently, he's saying that, alongside his post on Instagram about the FDMG Academy and the opening and how he's going to make this announcement, this big announcement on January 1st, he also posted to say that Facebook, he's saying he's, kind of assuming that Facebook is the government, which we all know, like, Facebook works with the government. Like, it's no secret, It's an organization, a company with that much power, that the CIA, the FBI, all of them got their hands in that. And I mean, it's obvious, even police departments, use Facebook to arrest criminals, And apparently he's under surveillance because people have made so many reports against this man saying that, oh, he's out to destroy the black community. He means the black community no good. And so it's awful, you guys. Like, the things that have come up surrounding Dr. Umar Johnson with respect to him opening this school. And he means well. I believe that he means well. But a lot of people are very suspicious of him. And I don't think it has so much to do with his desire to open a school, when it could, the underlying thing could be that because they just don't want to see great things happen for the black community. I mean, that could be, but I think it has more to do with his political beliefs, and people are looking at him as he's very controversial. So hearing some of his political beliefs and people disagreeing with him, they're like, I don't support Dr. Umar Johnson. They're withdrawing their support because he does have a position on gays and he has a position on interracial marriage that is contradictory to the status quo. It's just not what people want to hear, unfortunately. But I feel like everybody's entitled to their own perspectives and own beliefs. He has his, everyone has theirs, And I think, honestly, much of his beliefs concerning the LGBT community and that in and of itself can be attributed to or linked to the way he was brought up, because he was brought up in Islam. Like, from what I understand, his father raised him that way in the Islamic faith. So we know that they have very strict beliefs within religion, just like Christianity. they're kind of like two sides of the same coin. Islam and Christianity. So it's like, yes, both of those religions kind of preach against same-sex relationships. So that's, I think, where he's coming from, and in terms of looking at that and how um, it factors into the makeup of one's ethnic population in terms of the reproductive cycle, and maintaining our race and maintaining, a good, what would you call it? A good, I guess, high birth rate as opposed to death rate, like they want to basically produce more African Americans. Like, I think that makes sense to think at it from that perspective, to say, okay, we need to have a man and a woman so we can increase, the reproductive cycle within the black family, so that we continue to be alive, we continue to exist. So that's his narrative with respect to that. And not only that, but kind of in a similar vein, the thing about interracial dating, to say that no, we need to date and marry within our same race so that we can maintain our gene pool. That's what he believes in, and that's what he preaches. However, it's like people, they take a big issue with that, and I think just from those two things, like, that's the reason why he's under so much attack and under so much criticism, right? And it has interfered with, I think, his ability to get this school open. From buying a building to open the school, to being able to maintain his credentials, because it was at one point where his credentials as a school psychologist were in question, and so that was a huge issue. And it's just a lot been going on with him, and he's been under so much pressure. But thankfully, like, this man, with the support of the community and with the support of his mentors, he's been able to rise above all of that and to continue with his mission to build the FDMG Academy. And it's good to see that we have a date now. Like he says, January 1st. Now, whether or not the school is actually going to open on January 1st, I don't think so, because I don't know. I don't know. That's pretty soon. I don't know if that's enough time to actually open the school, but I think he said that he's going to announce the location for the FDMG Academy and maybe the opening date on January 1st. And we know that's right around the corner. So everybody going to be looking out for that. And I'm just like, we all have to come together, because it's sad. It'll be really sad to see that people will continue to spew hate and continue to try to get in the way of this school opening, knowing that it's meant well for the African American community, specifically African American boys who are at risk. Like, come on, what's the harm in school for boys? But it's like people have so much hate and disdain towards Dr. Umar Johnson, and being that he's going to be the main principal at the school, at least in this beginning phase, people are just like, no. But I feel like he has so much support. He has more support than he does the hate. Some people are jumping on the hate bandwagon, but I encourage y'all just to continue to support Dr. Umar Johnson, because this is a beautiful thing. And like I said in so many other previous videos, like, I definitely want to be there at the ribbon cutting ceremony, because I know it's going to be beautiful. And we can say to all the haters who doubted that this school will get open, what you got to say now? They're going to keep finding something, It's like never going to be good enough for them. But you know what? It's no point in responding to that stupid, ignorant stuff, because that's their issue that they got to deal with. They don't want to see anything positive within the black community. That's what it is. And especially a black man leading it, a black man being responsible. They don't want to see that. Yeah, they probably would support a black woman who was a spearhead of, opening an organization like this, an institution like this for boys. But to see a black man do it, and especially a black man who's pro-black, pan-African, they're like, nah, man, this is too big. This is really gonna impact the system and change the way things are. And I think people are afraid of that. They're afraid of what that might mean to really be able to get in there and build an institution that's gonna get in there and work as more of a preventative measure to influence these young minds in such a way that it's going to produce a whole different kind of generation that for once the black community can say that they own and say that we did that, and not, oh, well, attribute it to them going to a white school to get educated by the system, so to speak. You know, it's something that we can say that we own. That is a beautiful thing, I think. But the thing with his Facebook page being disabled and he can't post, I feel like that ain't nothing but the devil. And it's interesting, like perfect timing, huh? The fact that he found this location and he's in the works to open it, and all of a sudden he can't access his Facebook page to be able to post, to go live, to communicate to his following. And people say, because he actually made these posts on Instagram, and people say, oh, well, he needs to get his own channel. He needs to get his own platform. You know, we need a black Facebook because we can't rely on these white-owned platforms that have their own agendas. And I know this may sound like, oh, that's white versus black, but it is what it is. Y'all, we live in this reality where a lot of y'all don't understand politics, man. And y'all want to sit up here and attack him. But you don't realize when you're attacking him, you're attacking the black community. You're attacking yourself. You're attacking everything that our ancestors have fought for. We want to sit here and talk about voting and, oh, we need to vote. But what about building our own institutions? A lot of y'all just want to say, oh, we need to integrate. And yes, that may sound good in theory, but come on, man. The reality is that we need our own. We need to build our own. There's nothing wrong with having our own, and that's what Dr. Umar Johnson is doing. He's just one of many building an institution or institutions for the black community, and we need to support that. And a lot of y'all probably are tired of, I guess, him. It seems like he's like postponed, he's procrastinating, he's putting it off. But it takes a lot to open a school. It takes a lot, number one, just to find a location, to buy a property. That's not an easy process. And we're just talking about the span of 4 years. And y'all expect it to happen overnight. I mean, yes, I think in his mind, he even had anticipated that it would happen overnight. But it didn't quite happen that way, you know. And so a year passed, and 2015 came, and 2016 came, 2017, and people are like, okay, where is this freaking school? And they're thinking that he's lying about it, and then maybe he's spending the money. But I think it's pretty promising for him to make that post and for him to show people that, hey, I have the keys to the FDMG Academy. Like, come on, y'all. Why would he lie about that? Why would he lie? He hasn't lied about anything before, so why would he just out of nowhere be like, okay, let me just find a fake building and pretend like I got the key and take a picture of it? Like, what's there to gain in that? People are so distrusting, I think, of other people within the black community, and that's sad. Like, we gotta get our trust back, man. We gotta mend these broken hearts and these broken minds within the black community so that we can come together and do things as a community together. And as I've always said, he has my full support, 100%. Unwavering support. I've seen, within the past year, I've learned a lot and seen a lot that has happened surrounding Dr. Umar Johnson's FDMG Academy. And it's been hard, you know, and to see his struggle with it because, you know, of course he's been attacked, and to see his response and to those attacks, and, you know, he's made mistakes. Yes, we all do make mistakes. You know, he's sometimes retaliated in ways that maybe he shouldn't have, and now it's public information. You know, those videos keep circulating, the things that he's done or said, you know. that maybe he shouldn't have said, but I feel like who's to say he should or shouldn't? Like that's where he felt in the moment and he was being authentic. And I feel like, okay, if y'all want true authenticity, there you have it. There you have it. That's true authenticity. So that's all I have to say on this topic. I am so happy. I am so excited, so motivated, very hopeful. And it's just like, okay, yes, we all were looking forward to a new year, right? But now we really have something to look forward to. That's big, y'all. That is big. Like, I am so excited. I'm really looking forward to it. And to be honest, we know that he had this big idea, this big vision for the FDMG Academy in terms of the size of the property and having a lot of acres surrounding the building so he can build up this major institution that really, in his mind, initially was going to be a residential academy, but I think he kind of downsized the initial plan to make it a day school to serve a certain span of grades. Just phase one, but I'm very hopeful that he's gonna be able to keep forward with his mission, and eventually it's going to expand into the residential academy, and then actually to create a community. This idea that he had, and I actually talked about it in one of my previous videos. You guys can go back and find it. But I talked about the whole vision, the whole game plan that he's put out there that he has for the FDMG Academy. And to build this community surround, like, it's just beautiful. Like, I'm like, yes, finally we got somebody that's doing, because we always talk about, this is the thing, we talk so much about, oh, what the black community need. We need our own this, we need our own banks, we need our own schools, we need our own hospitals, we need this. But who's doing it? And finally you have a man that's doing it, and then look, no surprise, people want to attack him. So I'm definitely not surprised by it at all, but I'm really motivated, to see it, and to see him go through so much attack and pressure, and to see how he's handled it despite, okay, whatever mistakes. I feel like that is not in comparison to what he could have done. So I think he's handled it pretty well, and that really motivates me, because I know that anything that's worth working towards is not going to be easy, and I think he's been a good demonstration of character and how to handle the political stress and these attacks that one may face when it comes to making and bringing change for the black community. So my hat goes off to him. Much kudos to him. I know y'all probably tired of hearing me talk about this man and, big him up, but I've always felt that way towards him, no matter what. And I think my most recent video I made about him was, has he burned all his bridges? Because that's a question that people have been saying, like, oh, he ain't got nobody. And I'm like, actually, I do think that he has people that are there to support him, whether y'all see it or not. And people say, oh, well, he hasn't announced not one person as affiliated with the school. He don't have to. Why do y'all feel like he has to tell y'all every single thing step by step? Like, especially considering these attacks, and y'all, I think he's making the right decisions, and I think that he knows what he's doing, and he has the right amount of support that he needs. I never doubted that this school was going to open. I've made many videos about it. Like I said, you guys can go back and watch those videos, because I saw it when I first learned about the FDMG Academy and his vision. I'm like, oh yeah, that's beautiful, and it's going to happen. It's going to come to pass. And finally, y'all, he has announced the date, January 1st, that he's going to tell the world where it's located. And not to say things can't go wrong, because things can still go wrong. Unfortunately, shit happens, y'all. But let's just hope for the best. That's all we can do. Catch you guys later. Oh my gosh, this is going to be amazing. I can't wait. Like, my heart goes out. Oh my gosh. And I know he's gotten so many offers of support and help. Like, people are just willing to give him their services, and that's beautiful. And I think a lot of times people are like, oh, it's not about that Umar Johnson. I mean, he is the visionary. This is his vision, you know. So yes, we can't leave him out, but it's really about the vision. It's about the school. It's about the impact it's going to have, and people are willing to dedicate and sacrifice their time, their money, their help, their support towards a black community. And we say, oh, we can't come together, we can't sit together. Yes, we can. And we're doing, this is a prime example that how the black community can come together. Has raised this money to build this school, and not only that, people are offering their labor and their support, oftentimes free, to help get things going. So that's beautiful. And it's not about offering it to Dr. Umar, although that he's, you know, the sole proprietor of this, but they're offering it to the black community. We're offering it to each other, because this is going to bring change for the black community. And that's just beautiful to see that how we can come together as a black community, as a nation, on American soil. And from a greater standpoint of view, on a greater scale, that really speaks to the American dream, so to speak. Right? Because I think this school opening, it means so much on a just smaller scale for this black man who has a vision, you know, for the black community, for these kids, but even on a much greater scale, it speaks to America, to show that something like this, as big as this school is going to be, it speaks to what can be done in America, contrary to popular belief that people say, oh, black people can't make it in America. To see Dr. Umar Johnson be able to open this African-centered school on American soil, it says a lot. You say, on what? What do you mean, on what? On what? On what? What? I don't know. What was that? What's the question about? You got to be very specific when you talk to me. But that's beautiful. That is amazing. That's what you call promise. Because it's one thing for America to say, oh, we're all equal, and this is in the Constitution and all of that, and to paint this picture that, oh, to the foreign immigrants, oh, come to America, we treat all our citizens great, and this, that, and the other, and you can live the American dream, and you can build whatever you want to build. But it's another thing when there's proof in the pudding, where people can see that this is possible. And with Dr. Umar Johnson opening the school, it's going to speak to America, the possibility that can happen in America, what can be done in America. And I'm like, yes. Y'all know I wrote my own autobiography called American Dreamer. I can't wait to release it. It's going to be released around 2020, 2021. But yeah, that's just I don't know, I keep saying that because it makes me feel great, you guys. Like, you know, this isn't an act, this isn't a show, this is really how I feel. I feel great, I feel empowered, and I feel hopeful. If above anything, it's just like, this is going to happen. And nothing, like I say, that's worth working towards is going to be easy. So it ain't easy for no one, black or white. You know, people, anything this vision that you know is going to cause tremendous change ain't going to be easy. But guess what? It's going to get done. And that's the most important thing, that it gets done. So y'all know what? I got to go, but I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. I am so happy. We got to find, Dr. Umar Johnson got to find what he's going to do about this social media platform. Because come on, he got hundreds of thousands of followers on Facebook. And how the hell Facebook going to try to do that to him, man? Nah, I don't know who is running Facebook, who behind that operation, you know, who disabled that function that he can't even post on his Facebook page no more. But nah, that ain't right, because it's still visible. Like, I was able to go to his Facebook page, Dr. Umar Ifatunde, and it's still there, but apparently he is restricted to he can't even post on it. So that's a problem. So we gotta figure out what's going on with that, man. Whether we gotta write Facebook or do something, cause that's unfair. That is so unfair, and he don't mean no harm to nobody. He has love for everybody. Yes, his heart and his passion is towards the black community, but what's wrong with that? He has self-love for his own race, but he loves everybody. He don't harm nobody, man. And just because he's biased and he has his own views on certain topics, certain controversial topics, he is entitled to that. He has a right to have his own perspective, just as well as Christianity or Islam or any other religion have their views on certain topics. He can do that. So you can't shut him down, because that's totally unfair, and we got to get that back going, man. For real. Whatever it's going to take, give him his privileges back so that he can be able to post on his Facebook page. Because that is dead as wrong, to try to silence him and try to keep him from being able to share. Granted, he don't even post that much. He hardly posts. Like, you got people in here that be posting every 5 minutes and posting stupid stuff, junk, hate speech, and threatening people. But meanwhile, you got a man that means well, is educated in this American system, you know, got his degrees, ain't committing no crime, but y'all want to silence him. Like, that's dead ass wrong, man. So we gotta do something about that. In order for people to really believe that this is a land that where great things can happen for all people, for all races, then y'all gotta bring that back and let him be able to post and stop taking away. Stop doing that, man. That ain't right. I don't like that. I don't like that. So, hey, I gotta go. But for real, I'm gonna catch you guys later. Love you guys. Bye.